Hey and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, this is probably going to be one of the most important videos I ever post on this channel because it's something that you can go and take away straight away and apply into your own life. And ultimately, it will help you lose the weight you want to lose. For myself, it was 30 kilos. When I was unhappy in clothes, I felt unconfident. Now, what you can expect from the channel is it's not going to be tons of flashy edits that are designed to keep you to watch to the end. This is going to be the most raw and basic and applicable video you're going to see for some time. So if you can't concentrate for the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, click off it right now, because it's really important that you go and apply this, because otherwise it's just information and there's far more entertaining things than me talking to you in my room about, well, basically, I should say my office, but basically about my own journey and things you can apply, and basically the 7 habits that help me lose 30 kilos, okay? So it's really important that you apply this. I cannot stress it enough. So even if you just take away 1, 2 things from this whole video, you are in a better position from 10 minutes of from 10 minutes of listening to me. So stay tuned. Now, what I'm going to do is go through these and just give you, first I'm going to give you a bit of context. Now, it all happens, especially when you're trying to lose weight, from an inflection point. Mine, I was sat basically on my I was basically watching TV in bed, right? And I had 2 tubs of Pringles either side of me. And I was looking down, and you know when your TV goes blank in between like the adverts or things like that, I saw myself, I had a belly, I had 2 tubs of Pringles, and I thought, Andrew, I'm a fucking loser. I literally thought I'm a loser. Like, what am I doing? But if I hadn't have had that point, then I would have never wanted to make that change. And now I'm at a point, I've got a photo shoot next week, and I'm the most confident I've ever felt for some time. Now, I'm not always perfect, of course not. Like, I'm human, and I'm not AI just yet. But it's really important that you have that point. And it often comes from, you need a deep-rooted why to start with. Now, let's get straight into it. The first thing is taking ownership. You have to understand that you are a direct correlation of your actions day to day. It's literally simple as that. You can't blame finances, time, work, like kids, like all these things, especially as a highly driven person. Because if you don't take that ownership, you are passing off responsibility to someone else or external factors that you have no control over. So it really does start with you being like, look, only I can change my life. I don't know if you've ever seen like a year, like a life calendar, and it's pretty scary when you look at it. But when you look at that life calendar, it makes you realize how short your life actually is. And you deserve more than feeling unconfident or hating how you look in your work clothes or going into the office feeling sluggish. Like, you deserve more than that. So that starts from you taking that level of ownership and being like, you know what, I've got to make a change here. And whether that's you change your food, whether it's you start to move more, starts with that deep-rooted why, and then you take that ownership, okay? A second most important point is really just mastering how you start your day. You want to show up like the person you want to be. So I'm a big fan of really mastering your mornings, especially being very busy. Reason being, you have to often go to bed earlier to get up earlier in the morning. So by doing so, even if it's you make a real conscious effort to get out, get your steps done, maybe grab yourself a coffee whilst you do like 5K steps in the morning, you have your general levels of activity up massively, which is obviously massive for weight loss because you're TDE. So you're increasing that your total daily energy expenditure. So even if it's that you create that healthy habit of going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, if it's you getting up first thing and getting out for a walk, listening to a podcast, filling your brain with good shit rather than just scrolling on TikTok or Instagram. So by doing so, you then really set yourself the standard you want to become, because you have to start thinking like you who's already lost the weight. If you're stuck in that same train of thought of like, oh, well, I'm tired and sleeping, victim mentality, you can't have that. And it's that you deserve better than that. And I want better for that than you. I want better for that. I want better than that for you. We got there. Thirdly, you need strategy, not time. Often one of the biggest reasons you can fail to take action is because you feel like, oh, I haven't got the time, or I've just got so much on my work. No, that's bullshit. We've all got the same hours, right? And as abrupt as that sounds, what you want to think of is not the time, it's the strategy. Prime example, Uber doesn't do anything different than a normal taxi driver or like a normal taxi company. But it shows you when you're going to get to your destination. It shows you how far the driver is away. That's time. Same way, the first person who invented or decided to start selling bread that was sliced, it's not he's invented a crazy new thing, it's just invented a quicker way of doing things. So it's the same on your own fitness journey. If you are someone who's like constantly, I haven't got time, like you literally need an hour and a half out of your week. You could do 3 times 30-minute sessions. You could train at home if you haven't got the time to get to the gym. And by doing these things, by having that strategy of like, okay, I need to find effective workouts that work with my lifestyle. If you look on my Instagram, all the transformations you've seen, most of the ladies don't really train more than 30 minutes 3 times a week. And because that has to fit into your lifestyle, it's not, you need to be a bodybuilder, you don't need to spend hours in the gym, like these days are gone. There's a better way, and it's about being efficient when you actually do get into the gym. And by doing so, your results will skyrocket. So don't make that excuse for yourself. Allocate the time. You have got an hour and a half a week. Check your screen time if you feel like you really don't have it. Habit 4 is you stop putting your work above yourself. Before I was a coach, I used to work in recruitment. I used to do really long hour weeks. I used to work in sales after that. And the reality is I never thought the two could align. I always thought I have to prioritize my career and my own personal growth over my own health and my own physical well-being. But it was only when I actually got myself in shape, I felt confident in clothes, my performance was up, I had more energy, I was more productive. I literally remember in recruitment, someone gave me a job posting that I had to advertise for. And I'd have to read this like 10 times before I took that information in. And I was like, oh, God, I can't remember all this. And then a big part of that was because I was tired all the time. I wasn't prioritizing my health. And like, think how much confident you feel when you walk into the office and you are more confident day to day. We have ladies in the coaching who will lose 5 to 10 kilos. And then they're walking into the office and they're like, I've got such a spring in my step. I'm hitting my KPIs. I've just got promoted. And that's because they, again, prioritize themselves. So if you struggle with time with work, it's almost easier because you have routine. The only time you can literally train is before and after work. So you have to make it work then. So that will make things so much easier for you. But it starts with you. And by doing so, even just something as simple as just taking your gym kit to work with you or planning into your calendar your own gym time. As I said, 3 times 30 minutes is all you need. Or if you do need a bit more help with that, just head over to my Instagram and shoot me a DM and we can fast track that for you. But it's really important that you do break down those barriers and understand that you work to live, not you live to work. And tying in with this, and it can tie in with work events, is you actually need a strategy with your social events, because otherwise you're going to really struggle to lose weight. For example, if you've always got client events ahead or you've already got things coming up, birthdays, again, you can always look at that from a reason of like, oh, well, I haven't got time. Like, we know, like, yeah, we're not that person anymore. And I've been there, like, I get it, I've been there. Like, but it's really important, especially with your socials, like you map and you plan ahead. Spontaneity is fun, but it's shit for weight loss. So it's really important that you can prepare a good bit of time ahead. So that might be looking at the menu, it might be mindfully eating, it might be holding back some carbs in the day. But if you can do this and you can really learn to master your social events, then you are literally on to winning, because you're always going to be social unless you are like a hermit and you never go out, which I hope you do for your own social interaction and for your own health, I should say. Coming back to the point of like, if you don't have a strategy with your socials, you are literally asking to gain weight. Because if you go in and you're not mindfully eating, you're going in free will, game over, especially if you're hungry. And one of the easiest things, and probably the final thing that really worked for me, and you can implement and it'll make your life so much easier if you struggle with cravings in the evening, is just giving yourself an allowance for that. Like, lean into the devil in your ear. And one thing I really recommend with this is just keeping a couple 100 calories for whatever you want at the end of the day. Now, you are going to get flooded on social media with people who are like, shouldn't eat this, it's bad for you, it's this, it's this, it's this. But the reality is, the reason you've not lost 30 kilos is because there's so many underlying habits. You shouldn't be worrying about fucking seed oils, okay, and using Frylight if you're getting pissed every weekend and having a takeaway. Like, they're in order, like it's completely backwards. I'll see this all the time. People will be like, oh my God, like, oh, there's so many sulfates in that, or can't have aspartame in Pepsi Max. And I'm like, yeah, but you're having 5 pints on the weekend. It's not like, or 5 glasses of wine. Like, you've got your priorities backwards. So to start with, and yes, obviously look at nutrient-dense foods. 80% of your food should be whole, nutrient-dense. The less hands that touch it, the better. 20%, I'm a fan of whatever you want. What's going to make you feel normal? What's going to make you feel like you're not on a diet? So hold back a couple 100 calories in the evening for something that might be sweet or you might have demonized as naughty before, but that's a whole different video. But by doing that, it creates an element of normality and an element like you can stick to it because you just need that belief that you can go on and become the person you want to become and lose those 30 kilos. So if you apply these habits, I genuinely would be surprised if you do not lose 30 kilos. So if you found this useful, please drop it a like, drop me a follow. I'm going to be basically flooding this channel with so much raw information in terms of, as I said, like I don't want to be a clickbait baity guy where it's, or rage bait or crazy edits on my screen. I literally just want you to sit down, grab a coffee, learn something, go and apply it, because that's how I like to earn. So learn. So if you found this useful, yeah, please drop it a like, drop a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.